What do I do? Put on a hoodie that doesn't look so good, so you talk about my hoodie. I don't explain things right, but yet I'm getting really the comeback I get with commentary is really never saying, please explain this to me. Please take into consideration that I have 8,000 videos, probably about 200 of my cats, a bunch of ranting, but in between ranting and my cats, there's a number, an explanation to something. We need to hardcore it that can hold it up on a piece of paper and say, hey, I'm going to try and explain to you what I do. I multiply things. I want to take things away from prime. I want to build things up to how the prime became. I want to go into pi and say, well, if we have a sequence of 3.14159265, what is the reverse? What is the reverse revolting against 9? What is the reverse revolting against 8? Or sorry, 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, and all the way down to 0, knowing what 3.14 to begin with in pi. If I was basing it against a calculator, the 3 would then be its opposite 7, making 10. The 1 would be its opposite 9, making 10. If I want to bring it to the 4 world, I'll go 3 plus 1 will be 4. The 3.14 will now become, at the 7 world, will now become 463. First, there's creation. How did you get there? What did you do to get there? How did you get there? What was the result? It's a science. Here's something. I cannot pass the two pens together, right? Because there's something in the center. I need to connect the center. So should I put one pen on one center, or should I offset this? And as I'm turning this one in the center, or as I'm turning this one below, look at that. Look at the angle I'm obligated to take. It's an offset angle. Although I'm always talking about the squares and the 45 degrees, remember, here's the 90. Between here and here, it's 45. If I put this for down here, my end point is splitting the top part also. Now, we also have questions. There's always questions. Maybe there is no other side, so it's pointing only into an area of space where there's oil, and it just keeps turning in the oil. And the only thing that we see is Mother Earth. And oh my God, yes, we see something else. We see the moon. The moon is panning. I say the moon is panning because there's an answer to a question that has never been answered. So for me, because the answer has never been answered, I'm going to say the moon is panning. And the reason the moon is panning, for those who don't understand where I'm going or what I'm doing, is because it's moving this way. It's not turning around. It could be panning as it's turning, but it's just panning. We're always seeing. And as the Earth goes up and down, the Canadian arm is moving with it. Just saying that because this planet, this roulette, the ideas of 8 billion people on the planet over a period of time, and there's 8 billion people now, but they're not adults. But guess what? 8 billion people died, and a lot of them were adults. In fact, how many people have been on planet Earth? I don't know, but more than 8 billion. I know for a fact. They buried them. They're died. Dead. Died dead, delivered from where? From Earth to Earth. But this mind is a star system. Here's one of my differentials. A pyramid. How many sides to a pyramid? There's always 2 sides. If these were closed in like this, there'd always be 2 sides. No, there's always a minimum of 3 sides. The first 2 pyramids were 3 and 4 sides. Unless you create a round, but it's no longer a pyramid. They call it a different name. Calling a different name has a different meaning. The North American wheel, which shows the U.S. flag, and the English roulette. Imagine, English, North America. Where'd you come from? Basically, who came here? Who came here and discovered America? Who are the presidents? How did they knock out the Indians? All these stories and more, and creation, is because of what people know about this cube. About the cube, you're projected Okay, just lost 600 customers because nobody believes we were projected here, but we're here. Yes, we're not on a projector screen, but maybe we're on a projector screen somewhere else. Maybe every filament in the numeric of our body, as we live inside this cobweb, it reads us all the time. The other side knows everything that's going on. We are personal with the gates of the divide, the God of all. Right? He's my God, he's your God, he's the God of all the information that ever existed in the ether, in creation, and all that we learn and what we can do and how we can manipulate planet Earth, Mother Earth, the girth of Earth. From the size of the planets to the colors we use to draw and paint, from acrylic to oil, from oil to water, from oil to gasoline and diesel, and let me see if I can show you this. Okay, I'm starting the video, and right over here is a line. See that line there? Oh no, it's here. See this line here? Dark blue, purple. There's a line that's right over here. This is a chemtrail line. And it's look the way it's extending. Look what my light is doing. You can see my light, right? So I have to, do I bring the light away? If I bring the light away, what happens? The whole the whole area of what you don't see in light has changed color on my screen. But you can see it down here. There's a diesel rainbow. The color of the rainbow is diesel. Doesn't that tell you something? Why is the color of the rainbow the way it is? For me, it's not just the molecules in the water, but something to do with diesel, because I've seen it around the moon. But yes, it could be to do with the water, but then why does diesel, okay, and water, when diesel is in water, I get that color. When diesel's in water, I get the color of the rainbow. Just scratching my head and thinking. Again, there's reasons and relations. I use these, let me see if I can put this down here, or put this up here. I use the squares, and every square is an absolute, and every in-between square, okay, every in-between square, this crossing here, depending if it's on this side of one story, this side another story, and how you can expand the grid of Earth. If I would fold it like this, can we put the grid of Earth on here? Can you explain how the grid is written? Because we come from a little area of here, and then we go out, and we go out. And if we go out 1 inch, the gap is 1.4. We go out 2 inches, between the 90 degrees, the gap. What is the measurement, the size of the gap? I don't know how it works. I'd like to understand it, because that gap and distance will tell me another story, another definition to something, because that's how perfect the flower of life is in telling us codes. The flower tells us codes. The European roulette, I always like to call it the French roulette, the 37 number roulette, is chaos, and I haven't studied yet, and I'm alone, so when I ask the questions to the mirror can only tell me with what it's thinking. So I might be going down a path, and it's completely the wrong path for what I'm looking for, although it's going to be the right path, because now I can bounce off of it. You know, you go the wrong way, and you say, okay, from the wrong way, I'll walk up 2 steps and go left. I'll walk up 4 steps and go left. I'll walk up 6 steps and go left. And every 6 steps, I'll go left. And every 6 steps, I'll go left. And then I'll go around, and I'll come back to my path again. But you have to have the right measurements. Things are slow when you're building, you know. So anyways, I showed you this. I wanted to show you 2 more designs. The bubbles. These are just regular bubbles. The water, the way it made little domes. It made little domes, and now there's air pockets in every single one. In the air pocket, and it collapses. And if every one of them collapse, what will happen next? These are all air pockets. What is the bubble? Very important, the bubble. Very important. It's just very funny the way, if you have a straight line like this and you go up on this angle, 10 degree up, 11 degree up, the biggest up is straight up. What is straight up? Is it 90 degrees or is that 90 degrees? I call that angle 90 degrees. If I go that angle, Well, it's northeast, or it's southwest. So south is telling me one thing. Southeast is S and E, 19th letter and 5th letter. Let me write this down. Did I start the video? Yes, I did. Long, long, long. You want to come here? This is long, my friends. You want to know how God created this planet? You want to know if there's really a God out there? If there's a cube? You want to know about different religions and races? You want to know definitions to a word? You look on Webster's. So I'm creating what you call the knowledge of the world through the creation of our Webster. Everything that has been .com, .net. We're going to spin this around, get this beautiful Jamie cam down here. Bring that Jamie cam. That's right. This is what they call a Jamie cam. That's right. Also means love. It's the Allen key of all. There you go. Now we are going to put the south. So here is south. It is the 19th letter, and I hate this pen, and I have more pens. I go through more pens. I think I have to eat my pens. I have green pens, and I have blue pens, and I have red pens, but I never have a pen when I want it. That's the crazy thing. So just give me a second to get myself one of 100 pens. This is cleaning day, by the way. I have to clean this whole crazy place. Okay, here we go. We're just going to do the S is the 19th letter. The E is the 05 letter. 05 can be turned around. 91 can be turned around and flipped upside down. The total is 24 if I add them. The total is 14 if I minus them. Gateway through the sun, beta creation. Why do I say that? Creation is between 3 is between 2 and 4. And 2 and 3 is between 1 and 4. If you count, what am I missing? I'm missing 2 and 3 to connect. There's all kinds of ways to connect these numbers. And every time you add, subtract, you're always connecting a different number. This is also telling me E 9 and 5 equals to 14. It equals to 14. 1 plus 4 equals to 5. And 1. So it's also telling me about 15. This is now Mars DNA. The creation and the passage and the gateway through the E world. ES, nature's way. E and ES, the endings of words. The N, northeast, will be telling me 14. And east will be telling me 5. We will get 19. How did we get here? We got here through the Spirit. And it gets flipped upside down to 61. And it gets multiplied and added to 76, which would then create 24 and 13. 9 lives of the cat, Spirit is 76. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Freedom, 55. You minus it, it is my 29 birth, which is created through 14, through the sun. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5 and 4. That will create my ED. And now I bring in the French, ED. I'll bring in the French and go say de, of the, or FF, 66, the side road, the passage, the other side before Highway 80 was built. And Highway 80 is another expression. 4 times 20 equals 80. 9 lives of the cat, and the cat is your communication. It is your energy. It is your lightning bolt, the black cat. When we bring the black cat, is it a tiger? Is it a cat? Is it a Bengal cat? In UR, the UR is total letter count of 39. The 21st letter and the 18th, the total is 29. If you minus it, it's 3, which 3 is only way to make 3 is A and B create C, alpha beta creation. Alpha beta creation. This will become 38, 38, 38, creation heaven. When you have the H, the small h is one thing. It represents 8 and it represents 4. And I'm not going to explain to you it looks like a 4 when it's designed squarely. And when you get C for creation, you can double up the next letter, because AB comes together. It's two worlds. It's the B worlds. It's the B world. A comes between C, meaning I have spirit between the two worlds, between the two houses. C equals dot, dot, dot. Here is my B. Here is my A. Here is my B. So I'm not going to cut the 3 angles here. I can do that. I can cut the 3 angles here and get a design. And get a design from the absolute. See the way it looks like it's spiraling down? Almost like you're in this world over here. You pass through the cubes and the cones, and you end up on the other side. Starting with the pentagram, the dodecahedron on this side, or the hexagon. We can also cut off all these corners, and we can end up with just this part over here, right? When you end up that part over here, it's pretty simple to know. You've ended up with 11. One corner of the cube, the 11th letter in the alphabet. And how you design this. As we move, and as we use movie equipment or whatever you use, we give names to things, and those names are created, okay, the symbolism and codes. Did you know that the letter N is the 14th letter in the alphabet? Did you know that the letter E is the 5th letter in the alphabet? Did you know that the letter W is the 23rd letter in the alphabet? And the S is the 19th letter in the alphabet. How can we create? We create this from this. We create this from this. I don't remember how we created 14. Sorry. But 1 and 4 is 5. 2 and 3 is 5. 19 is 5. And on the roulette wheel, we have a design. At the point, it's number 14. At this point over here, it's number 23. Over here is number 16. Over here is number 19. Over here is 21. And over here is 18. We have 17 and we have 20 over here. That creates 37, 35, 39. This roulette wheel, every second number, 26 and 11, 30 and 7, 37, 37, 9 and 30, 39. 20 and 17, 37, 32 and 5, 37. 22 and 15, 37, 34 and 3, 37. 15 and 24, 39. 3 and 36, 39. 13 and 24, 37. So, but this side of the wheel, if we go 19 and 4, 23, 19 and 21, 40, 19 and 15, 34, 19 and 32, 51. Spirit of Mars, Beta creation. And then the roulette wheel will position this. Over here, 18 and 21. Unless I find something to replace this number, which is 3 and 9, also explains to me 93, Saturn. It also explains to me the total is 12 and 9 and 3 equals to L equals to I equals to C. You can almost say click, okay? But it says sky, C-L, the pronunciation, ciel, meaning sky. The sky is a Saturn, and the value of that is 6.5 plus. It has to do with a hot dog, popcorn, okay? At the same time, you have to be, take me out to the ball game. It is the 7th inning stretch. And the 7th inning stretch, and that's baseball. There's 18 outs, and this is for the home and this is the visitor. Imagine alligator visitors, right? Alligator visitors from Mars. Taurus Mars. Twist and around and around and around and around and around, and 5 minutes later the turtle shows up, and the tortoise says to the turtle, how did you get her so fast? He says, while you were going all around and moving forward, I just walked 3 steps and I'm where you are. So going around 1,000 times and then walking, your intestines are miles long in your body. Your body's only 6 feet by 2 feet. Do you follow what I'm saying? Take me out to the ball game, 6.5 innings, 7th inning stretch, all telling the story in creation. Where do you think they built games from? You do construction, and in the construction you have a different discovery, a different bypass. We're not going to go there right now. There's just so many things, and it never, ever stops. So I'm going to stop this video right now. And I'm going to get to the next page in my book. And yes, sometimes I do things twice and 3 times. I make freaking mistakes. Only if I can learn from them. Transmission, motor, keep your motor running. I'm trying to figure out if this was all of Earth or something the moon was doing. As I turn the blue one, as I turn the orange one, it turns the blue one. So here's one world being turned by following the other world. So this is what's happening in this world while this turns, and then this is happening in this world. And see the angle? What angle is it on? Can I change the angle? Can I open up the angle? Hold on a second. I need a longer one. So I can now open up the angle, and this would be the bottom of my dodecahedron, and then I can put the point up over here, and then maybe run some more of these across my grid line. And here, the reason for the point, right, is because now I can go up to the peak over here and possibly have another one of these boards. Just give me 1 second, 22 minutes, maybe I can have another one of these boards at a different level. I don't know, I'm just trying to think. So maybe I can have one of these boards at a different level. And I can't put it flat. So I can have one board here, one board here, one board here, one board there, right? So I'm not really sure. Maybe it wouldn't be that board. Maybe it would be on this side. I don't know. Maybe these numbers that are coming in between are telling me, here's the board. The numbers come up. They come up on the bedding area, somewhere over here. I don't know. And then maybe this one, right? And then it'll tell the story here. I really don't know. I got to put it together and just ruined the card or did it. I don't want to ruin it. It's a tough thing to get. Got to go get the cat on the balcony. I think the cat. You want to come in there, kitty? Hey, kitty, 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 kitty. There you go. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus has been a blackout. Thank you for watching this video.